I am YouTube famous! After listening to Annihilator's new album recently and being kinda disappointed about it, I saw myself being a little 90s hungry and went to check out some 90s thrash metal records to vanish away my memories of songs such as The Demon You Know or Pieces of You, which were previously found on my review to the album For the Demented by Annihilator. And yeah, you totally know what I thought about that album, don't you? I really could have made this video about one of the 90s Annihilator albums, but I really wanted to go a bit away from this band for a while, as I listened a little too much from this band last year to really go into a full Annihilator mood this year. In fact, I'm more into grunge and death metal this year than I am with Annihilator. As odd as this mix might sound. But instead of reviewing something like Wolverine Blues or Gish, I decided to talk about Prong for a change. Yeah, Prong. Don't tell me you never heard about them. Come on, they were in Beavis and Butthead, and the guitarist Tommy Victor played in Dancing for a couple of albums. Although these albums weren't that... whatever. Even Monty Pittman, the guitarist of Madonna, used to be in this band. I mean, come on guys, they even influenced Trent Reznor from 9 Inch Nails. If you never heard of this band before, then you must have slept under a rock, as this band kinda pioneered groove metal with their 1919 released album Back to Differ, right alongside releases such as Cowboys from Hell by Pantera, Slaughter in the Vatican by Exorder, and Lights Camera Revolution by Suicidal Tendencies. They even helped industrial metal to become a huge thing with their album Cleansing in 1994, which was released during the commercial rise of industrial metal. They even got some more recognition from the white press during that time they released Cleansing. Then they fell into obscurity again. Well, yeah, that's what happens if you're a musician. You get your start, you get your highest, but in the end you don't get your dimes. And why is that? Because they went full on nu metal after Cleansing, and for whatever reason people didn't like it. Remember, this happened during the rise of bands such as Limp Bizkit. Anyways, the album I want to rub on your face today is the 1991 released Prove You Wrong, which in my personal opinion is the best Prong has ever been in their whole career. Although most people might pick either Cleansing or Back to Differ as their favorite Prong record, I myself pick Prove You Wrong as being my favorite album by them, and also being one of my all-time favorite albums by any band. Not only for being an industrial metal album before the commercial rise of this genre, but also for being a pretty damn awesome album to begin with. It already proves itself right with its clean as hell production. One thing I love about 90s albums, regardless of what genre they are the productions of them. 90s albums have such clean production, with each instrument sounding very clear and present, especially with bass guitars and drums. Jesus, I love 90s drumming! This album was blessed with some nice ass production and an awesome drummer called Ted Parson, who previously played for Swans before he joined this band. And I gotta say, he does a very good job with his drumming and proves it in the first track, Irrelevant Thoughts. This song is a pretty good opener with strong bass lines, a straight to the point drumming, and some pretty classy Tommy Victor riffage, as it has some melodic aspects to it and some pretty groovy on point rhythm. The song is very short, so there isn't too much to talk about on here, unlike Unconditional. This song is badass! To be honest, I wouldn't have minded if they replaced the opener with this song, as this song kicks so much damn ass. It starts with some rather groovy riffing and carries on with some tight bass lines by Troy Gregory, who is known for his work with the band Flotsam and Jetsam. And hell, there is one bass line in this song that kicks so much ass. Another thing which is good are the lyrics and Tommy's deliverance of them. This song overall is groovy, catchy, heavy, fast and cleverly structured from start to finish, which makes this song easily an all-time classic to me, alongside the song Prove You Wrong, which never fails to deliver the same exact awesomeness Unconditional does. There are actually 3 versions of the song. For whatever reason. There is the original album version, which is about 3 minutes long. Then there is the very industrialized Fuzzbuster mix version, which has a lot of industrial drumming and some completely new guitar lines, including a pretty hypnotizing one with very distorted vocals, bringing this song in total to almost 5 minutes. It's my favorite version of this song. And then there's this version. This version cuts the song so much that at the end only 1 minute of the original track is left. Why? Who the fuck would do this? This couldn't have obviously been done to make the song more radio friendly, right? Anyways, just trust me, avoid this version and rather check the mixed one or the original one, as they will fascinate you with some awesome singing by both Tommy and Gregory. Singing some pretty good lyrics while jamming like there is no tomorrow. You can very much feel the aggression in this song compared to Hell If I Could, which almost shows kinda a little soft side of them, with having some more calmer metal riffs and singing by both Gregory and Tommy again. At least during the verse section, when it gets to the chorus, it goes very punkish and suddenly switches to some very industrial riffing. And hell, I like this song a lot. It's definitely a good way to slow a little down with the more complex groove riffing in previous songs, while not coming out as mediocre or boring. Unlike the song Contradiction. You see, I don't hate this song, but hell, it's repetitive. I actually got no problem with repeating the same line or same words over and over again in a song, when it's done in a good way, just like in Unconditional. But when it's done in a very slowly and uninspired way, it comes out as damn annoying, especially if the rest of the song doesn't grab me by the throat. You can bet your damn ass that I'm looking at you, Angel of the Gambler. You don't have to pretend that you never existed. Thank God that songs such as Torn Between and Brainwaved play directly after this song. It changed things up a little bit. Especially the song Brainwaved, as this is the fastest, harshest and most freshest song on this record. It has a very Metallica / Judas Priest vibe to it. And hell man, I dig that any day over the song Contradiction. Tommy actually gives a pretty interesting vocal performance on this track, sounding kinda jarring, a la Rob Halford style. After this song, Tommy decided to take one of these, to chill his voice down and to do something different, like an instrumental song, with Territorial Rights, which starts very much like a doom metal, sludge metal, stoner metal, however you wanna call it, riff, and delivers easily one of my favorite drummings on this record, as these are some of the best melodies. It's a good instrumental, worth checking out if you dig the instrumentals more than the lyrics or the vocals. Anyways, this album closes with the song No Way to Deny It, which opens up with a gloomy riff that reminds me pretty much on a beginning riff I heard once in the album The Dark by Metal Church. Don't worry, I'll talk about this one some other time. Anyways, No Way to Deny It, awesome song and a pretty good way to end an awesome album, with some progressive fresh riffing and some very pumping drumming. I think what I love about this song so much is the fact that it gets faster and faster with each verse, and also with such a calm chorus once again. Overall, pretty good closer track. It's actually among the best songs on this record, and as far as instrumentals and structure go. I especially enjoy the almost acoustic sounding guitar during the end of this song, which adds on to the overall atmosphere of this track. In the end, I give this album a 9 out of 10. It's definitely one of the best records this band ever brought out, with some pretty good production that makes each instrument stand on its own 2 feet, with some very present bass lines, strong drumming and some very experimental riffing, ranging from groove riffing to fresh riffing to even some new wave of British metal riffing. Also experimenting a lot by adding some complex riffing here and there, and by also throwing in some mechanized sound effects as well. With 2 good sounding singers on this album, which both provide stellar vocal performances, there is nothing that can go wrong. Unfortunately, the band still didn't head it completely with the lyrics on this record. While some songs have pretty awesome writing, others on the other hand can suffer from sounding very repetitive by repeating certain words or sentences way too often in a song. Anyways, this is my favorite album by this band, and also one of my all-time favorite albums in general. I really cannot wait to see what else this band is going to do in the future, as this band returned for snapping some more necks in 2007, where they started to make some good albums regularly again. And hey, who knows? Maybe we will get something more 90s sounding by them in the future, in the veins of Rude Awakening or Cleansing, or even Prove You Wrong. If you guys want to see some more reviews by me, then leave a comment under this video, or request me some albums on my official Twitter page. I hope you liked this video, my boys. I was Toxik-Vermin, and tune in my next video, whenever that will be.